have risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show. I am your man behind the mic, as always, and missing the play button is Jeff. To my left is Tarek.
Hi.
To my other left is Brian.
Is it weird that I'm so tired right now that I just heard you say, I have risen from the masses to school the ashes?
Well,
is that what you thought you heard?
That is what I thought I heard.
Okay,
Brian, go home. You're drunk.
Oh,
I only had a sip. It's not cool, man.
One sip is more than enough, apparently.
Oh, jeez.
You're hearing crazy.
I'm hearing crazy, and I'm feeling crazy.
I'm feeling crazy. Brian,
we're not even a minute in, and already we're going nuts. This is gonna be a weird show.
It's the Scholars of Wrestling. Did you expect anything different?
We're just a bunch of weirdos, dude.
It comes in degrees, I've noticed. At least with us.
Embrace the weird.
Hey, we got plenty of weird to embrace. So, why stand on ceremony? We all know why we're here. Let's jump right in with the way we always start the show, the right way, with a little bit of backstage news.
Indeed, we're starting with peeking behind the curtain and checking in on a little
backstage news.
Noobs.
Noobs doing the news.
All right.
Wait, we're the noobs? Okay.
I heard noobs. It's probably my ears again, but
no. You actually did hear the noobs. It's just that you're starting to call us the noobs. Thank you.
Noobs doing the news.
Welcome to Scholars of Being Punchy.
The doobity doo. If anyone actually remembers Punchy, I will applaud them.
Yeah. Too bad Bob Jens doesn't do anything like that anymore.
Aww.
But unfortunately, Bob Jens is not wrestling related to the best of my knowledge.
No.
You know who is marginally wrestling related these days? China.
Ugh.
Yeah, and she's been quite the busy lady lately.
Don't treat her like a woman. And don't treat her like a man. Don't treat her like you know her. Treat her for just who she is, which is awkward. Which
is a porn star ex-wrestler who does a bunch of drugs, does a lot of alcohol,
and
decides
to invade the WWE headquarters,
and says that X-Pac rapes her on broadcast radio.
Says Triple H beat her when they were going out, and says, more random stuff.
So what did she do now?
Well, I think you pretty much summed it all up, or at least most of it.
The ninth wonder of the world is crazy?
Yeah, and of course, I'm guessing you guys heard the radio broadcast?
I haven't heard it, but I heard of it.
Yeah, and of course you heard about X-Pac calling into the show, completely defending all his own allegations about raping China.
We saw the video. For those of us unfortunate enough to see the videotape, okay, it looked like it was consensual. Saying.
You saw the forbidden relic?
Unfortunately, yes.
You've seen A Night in China?
Yes.
You sicko.
I was in college. I was in college. What do you want from me?
That's inexcusable. That's just disgusting.
Look, I do not question one's choices in the past. I only ask that they check where they're going in life.
I'd rather watch a fake Val Venis porno than
I've moved on.
Well, hey, considering that the fake Val Venis pornos once featured Jenna Jameson and Terry Runnels, then yes, that would be an accurate descriptor.
Yep.
Yeah. Brian likes the porn.
Brian, my views on you have changed.
All you have to say is Jenna Jameson, and it's okay.
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 Well, getting back to China.
Back then, not now.
Yes.
Not now. Not now is bad.
I haven't seen her now, honestly.
Ugh.
Really? Well, she couldn't be nearly as bad as China.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's bad.
This is a very interesting backstage news.
Well, hey, considering we're not even all the way through the first news segment. Okay, so we know about her visiting WWE headquarters.
Yeah.
We know about the radio broadcast and the showdown with X-Pac.
What was she doing at WWE headquarters, actually? She just showed up?
I'll get to that. She just showed up. Apparently, she didn't do anything that was reported. But I do have one other thing that might tie it together. From what it looks like, it's that either her or someone who is working with her is on Kickstarter trying to crowdfund a documentary about her life.
Miss Kitty?
No, not Miss Kitty. No, not Miss Kitty. Just some independent filmmakers and independent documentarians who are apparently trying to get the money together to do like a rebuilding China type of, you know.
Good
Here's
luck.
the deal: if it's about her time in wrestling,
yeah,
and before that, leading up to her wrestling life, fine. That is an intriguing story. If you're gonna try to show me what came after and try to rebuild her image from what came after, you're not selling anybody on that, Jack.
The only way I can actually see them making this a documentary is just showing her stuff in wrestling and then just showing like what's going on with her life now.
Yeah, if you're
just trying to rebuild her image on who she is.
If you're showing like how she got into the wrestling business, how she met Triple H, how she got in with that group, and
it's just going to be interviews then. Who wants to just watch interviews and then just clips of random match stuff? Because they're probably not going to have any...
Well, in that case, who wants to watch WWE DVDs at the moment? Because that's pretty much what they are.
I'll tell you what, a good documentary, and emphasis on good documentary, can be actually really interesting. But wait, there's more.
Oh, God.
We just recently... What?
I'm just going to say... just China stuff. That's what I'm pointing at. Who wants to watch a DVD on that?
And it's already been done. The whole thing with the Triple H video back in the day when Triple H and China were still together, and they did that little video DVD / thing about Triple H's rise before he became the champion. That's enough on China for me.
Do we really want a documentary on Jeff Jarrett versus China for the Intercontinental Championship?
Well, that's probably going to be what we're going to get.
No!
Who's going to buy that?
No one.
But again, wait. There is still more.
Please tell.
China just either late this week or early this week, sometime this week or late last week, I should say, she posted a YouTube video as a public letter to WWE management and Triple H and Vince to arrange a meeting so they can bury the hatchet.
See, here's the problem with that little statement. Okay? You've been publicly accusing Triple H, Paul Levesque,
beating her.
Of beating you.
Yeah.
Okay? Publicly. If it was just something she said out of the blue and wasn't in public, something she said to her buddies or whatever, fine. But you're telling it to the papers and the dirt sheets and Vince, that guy who will never be spoken in Jeff's ear ever again.
I have no idea who you're referring to.
Good.
We'll keep it that way. We'll keep it that way.
Mr. VR, okay.
Yeah. And now you want to bury the hatchet. I think it's a little too late for that, sweetheart.
It's not just a little. It's not that to me. It's a little too late. It's more like a little too suspicious, considering that they're working on a documentary right now.
Yeah, because they're gonna finish.
If they do get the chance to get this meeting, good, bad, or indifferent, that's pretty much the perfect setup for like a big end to a movie. Yeah. Whether it's triumphant, whether it's sad, whether it makes her out to be a victim.
Let me put it this way.
Whatever it is.
When it comes to burying the hatchet, I see CM Punk getting it sooner than China, and that's saying something.
And he hates them all.
Yeah. So that's pretty much my response on this. Cause
you had a shot maybe a year or 2 years ago. You had a shot. But in the last 6 months, you have gone on record saying that Triple H beat you during your relationship. That his best buddy, Sean Waltman, raped you.
Yeah. Best way of putting it, what if you had any chance of rebuilding a bridge between you and WWE,
The last 6
months. The last 6 months, you took a big barrel of gasoline, poured it all over that bridge, lit it on fire, and took a piss on the ashes.
Yeah, there's no coming back from that, because you didn't just try to humiliate the COO.
You tried to humiliate the company.
You tried to humiliate his best friend? Second best friend. His best friend is Shawn Michaels, yeah. And by going after Triple H, by proxy, you're going after Stephanie, you're going after Vince,
you're going after WWE.
And there's...
Fail, China.
Fail. The Ultimate Warrior could build bridges, okay? Bret Hart could rebuild bridges. Bruno Sammartino could rebuild bridges. China, not a shot in hell you rebuild that bridge.
Okay, just to round out this entire segment,
please.
Just curious. Just final thoughts. Let's play armchair psychologist for a second. In your own words, let's just go around the circle. What's wrong with China? Go.
Everything.
Can you get more specific?
She's just a broken woman trying to...
She's gone through too much. She's done too much, and her brain thinks that she can do these things.
She thinks
She thinks that she's still powerful enough.
She thinks her name in the wrestling world actually means something now, to a point where she can do whatever she wants, and then she could be like that one guy from South Park. Sorry.
And it's one of those, haven't been relevant since 2001.
Yeah,
when you broke your neck. You haven't been relevant since then. Okay, so what she's been doing is trying to get her name back out there any way she can, and she's doing it in the worst possible way.
In my opinion, she's one of those people who's absolutely needs the attention, craves the attention, because that's the only way she gets any sort of validating feelings or anything like that. Because this all started as soon as she was let go by WWE, who apparently backstage she did have, from what I did keep reading, she did have a bit of a troublesome reputation, similar to how Sable did back in the day. And I'm not sure if you could, Brian, you heard the interview on Opie and Anthony, right?
Yes. I'm
not sure if you caught on to this, but she said something that was very telling to me. She said that ever since she left, she said she has not spoken to Triple H since.
You know,
it makes sense because it seemed like it was kind of a quick transition from China to Stephanie McMahon. Not that I blame Triple H in the slightest, but it's a woman scorned will ignore someone for a long amount of time, and then it just comes out of... The accusations come out of nowhere. Okay? It would have been... People would have taken it seriously if the accusations came out like 6 months after she was released from the company. Now we're going on 14 years.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's end this. China, before you can try and rebuild any form of bridges or help rebuild your name, look in the mirror. Look at what you are and just seek help. Before you can fix any type of things with someone else, fix yourself first.
Yeah. And
that's it.
The main thing, think before you speak out.
Exactly.
Yeah. The biggest thing I can see for her is, especially in that interview, she really wasn't owning any of her stuff.
Yeah.
Like, she wasn't owning any of her experiences. She wasn't taking responsibility, her share of responsibility for any of it. And you know what? I'm honestly wondering right now if maybe
she's a lost cause.
No, I wouldn't say lost cause. I'd say I'm just wondering if Triple H is is the key to maybe healing her head or something like that. Just because it seems like she didn't really get a lot of closure, or she didn't get... It was just sort of like dropped off. Not that this is his fault or anything.
It's just like something to help her.
Yeah. Yeah, just say, hey, you know what? Everything's cool. Calm yourself down. Get your head right. You're way past due. Whatever.
Yeah, get your head right, and we'll think about this discussion, and we'll get together in about a year, and we'll see what's up.
Seek help. Go to some kind of rehab if it's anything drug related or alcohol, whatever. Seek help. Go to rehab. Fix you first before you can fix your image.
Mm-hmm. Bingo.
There you go.
Done.
Sorry for that little digression.
Period.
My inner therapist is coming back out again, so I had to.
It happens.
Honestly, I found this past week in regards to China absolutely fascinating. Hopefully something good becomes of it, and not like another dive bomb. But again, time will tell.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of dive bombs, Nicole Bass.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently she was caught shoplifting.
How are you going to steal from a supermarket?
Apparently she's the wrong person to ask.
Thousands of dollars worth of stuff from the supermarket.
I mean, is life really that hard that you need to steal thousands of dollars from food from a supermarket?
What do you need $1,000 worth of food for anyway?
Okay. All I can say about this, look at Emma. Go back to our talk with Emma and the whole Walmart iPod case thing. I'm done. I have nothing else to say to this because people are dumb. People are dumb. She's dumb. Live with your consequences of your stupidity.
This is actually more embarrassing to me than the stuff with Emma, because Emma was going through the self-checkout. Like, she tried to pay and then was like, I'm just going to walk out afterwards. And it was like one thing. This is thousands of dollars worth of food from a supermarket.
It's still the principle of just not paying.
What is your issue?
Then again, also just, what has Nicole Bass even done since the Attitude Era?
Well,
other than being large and just dropping off the map.
Well, since you asked that question, why the hell are we even discussing this?
Because it was newsworthy.
Because it's wrestling. It is
mildly wrestling related.
It's just because she's a past name in wrestling.
But you know what? I swear, this is turning into something weird. Because the only angle I remember with Nicole Bass and WWF had to do with Val Venis.
Oh.
I swear.
Val Venis. What were you thinking during that little time period?
He was thinking, you know what? I'm just cashing checks.
Very true.
I'm getting paid for this, so, bring him on. I wouldn't be shocked if every single story we had to do just had like 6 degrees of Val Venis.
Val Venis will never leave.
Val Venis is the new Kevin Bacon.
Val Venis is the Kevin Bacon of the Scholars of Wrestling show.
Yeah.
All right, this is just as a personal challenge to me.
Now we're gonna post that. Now we're gonna go on his Twitter and just say
the 6 degrees of Val Venis.
That's gonna be my challenge for this episode.
If he has a Twitter page, we'll just be like, his Twitter name, Val Venis, is the Kevin Bacon of the hashtag Scholars of Wrestling, and then hashtag 6 degrees of Venus.
6 degrees of Venus.
There's a title for you.
Oh, jeez. Well, we found our title. All right.
For one little segment? Jesus.
No, I wasn't talking about a title for this. I'm like, you want to talk about one of Val Venis' movies? There's a title for one of his movies. 6 Degrees of Venus.
Oh, boy.
I am looking up his Twitter page tonight.
Yeah, supposedly he's like a huge stoner, and he's like an advocate for like pot legalization. But that's neither here nor there.
Hello, ladies.
And his voice isn't that raspy anyway. Anyway, moving on. Next story.
He's still awesome. I love Val Venis.
Yeah, Val Venis is cool. You know what else is cool? Well, okay, that doesn't really work in this instance. Jeff Jarrett. of Global Force Wrestling is returning to TNA
to buy it.
No,
and Kurt Angle is pissed.
Yeah, in Slammiversary, he is going to be doing what many believe to be his last match, or so he announced in the last tapings of TNA. Where this is going to go from here is anybody's guess, although I think we do have some pretty specific guesses what this is all leading up to.
This is all leading
Someone
up.
say it.
This is all leading up to Jeff Jarrett wanting to buy TNA from Dixie Carter just so he can merge it with Global Force Wrestling.
And it's going to
He's
be
made
Jeff Jarrett versus Kurt Angle.
Oh boy.
Because TNA did not tell Kurt Angle that his actual real life nemesis and his ex are coming back to TNA. They didn't let him know. They didn't show him professional courtesy. So obviously Kurt Angle's a little upset.
Yeah, you don't want to upset pretty much your biggest name in your company.
Yeah, a company that is already going downhill.
That's
you
why
you want to give him reason to up and quit?
Well, the fact, I heard the rumor that this whole thing with Jarrett coming back is just a ploy of him wanting to buy TNA. That's what I've been hearing reading all over the internet.
And I guarantee you, the moment Jeff Jarrett buys TNA,
Angle's
is when
gone.
Kurt Angle starts talking to WWE again.
I would not be shocked in the slightest.
Neither would I.
Because this just stinks of blatant disrespect. Really, because at least let the dude know.
At least TNA, in TNA's part.
At least let the dude know that you're in talks to bring back his real life nemesis and his ex-wife to the company. Holy crap, dude. Like, any lesser human being would quit on the spot if they weren't told that stuff like that was going to happen. But we're talking about Kurt Angle here. Okay, so he'll go with it. But if what you're saying is true about Jeff Jarrett buying, the moment the ink is signed on the deal, you can kiss Kurt Angle goodbye.
Well, you know what? He's also got, or Jeff Jarrett's got enough guys on the Global Force roster where I honestly don't think he needs Kurt Angle. At least not that state that he's in.
Well, it's not even the fact about Global Force. It's about if he buys TNA, if they merge, or whatever. If they merge, Kurt Angle's gone. He'll go to Japan. He'll talk to the WWE. He'll never wrestle for TNA again. If Jeff Jarrett buys it.
Well, again, the next few weeks are going to be very interesting, at least until Slammiversary. Do we even know off the top of our heads when that is? I know I don't.
I know that it's some point in July.
Well,
Okay,
it
so
comes to
it's
the
coming
point.
up soon.
Well, we're not even really focusing on TNA, so how would we know?
Again, it was just a simple question. But before we move on, we need to play the game. We need to do a little 6 degrees of Val Venis.
What?
Connect,
What?
6 degrees of Venus. Connect Jeff Jarrett to Val Venis. This one's easy.
Intercontinental title. Championship match.
Jeff Jarrett held the Intercontinental title in WWE. The Intercontinental title was also held by Val Venis.
6 degrees of Venus.
Well, if it's 6 degrees, don't we have to find 6 ways to connect?
No, it's just you need to connect. If memory serves, you just need to connect the two people together.
Well, then that's really easy.
Yeah, that was
you
again.
did say it was going to be easy.
Again,
Okay.
I'm sure this is going to get crazy as it goes on. Again, this is only 25 minutes or so in. Yeah, we're good. All right.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Very interesting backstage news. I can really say that.
Oh yeah.
Has to be like the oddest segment of backstage news.
But wait,
There's more.
Oh dear God.
I know you heard about this fool. Dolph Ziggler, his contract is almost up. And from what backstage reports are telling us, is that he is currently discussing or imagining a future that might not involve WWE, specifically naming places like Lucha Underground and New Japan Pro Wrestling.
If he went to Lucha Underground, that would be stupid for his career. Honestly, in my mind,
I would say
that is what I say. Lucha Underground is stupid. If he goes to NJPW,
I think that he would benefit more.
He would benefit more from there. He would benefit more from staying with the WWE because he's still getting to perform and he's still doing great matches. Like, they're giving him 10 to 15 minutes.
I agree. I think
so. It's
the best decision is to really stay with WWE.
Yeah, if you're someone like Zack Ryder or someone who's getting like minuscule time during your time in the WWE, then yeah, move on to greener pastures. Dolph Ziggler might not be getting the push that he wants, okay, but he's still a big name in the company.
He's actually involved in a somewhat good mid-card storyline.
He's involved in storylines all the time. He
was involved with one of the biggest storylines against the big heels of the company, the Authority.
Exactly. So it's like, and he'll never have as much name recognition as he does right now.
Agreed.
He
Definitely.
never will.
Agreed.
Definitely.
So it's like, yes, you're not in the main event, but you're still on every pay-per-view.
You're still a name.
You're still on every pay-per-view. You're still on every Raw and SmackDown, getting 10 to 15 minute matches each show, unless you're facing Adam Rose. And Adam Rose, you should beat in 3 minutes. So it's one of those. The smartest move for Dolph Ziggler, in my mind, is probably re-upping the contract and staying with the WWE. But if he does go, don't be stupid. Don't be John Morrison and go to the Lucha Underground where your name means jack and shit.
I will say, though, that the name Johnny Mundo sounds really pretty damn cool.
It sounds pretty damn cool, but
do you hear anything about it?
Do you hear anything about Johnny Mundo other than the people who actually pay attention to Lucha Underground?
No.
Well, considering Lucha Underground is still relatively, it's
underground.
popular within
the
wrestling circles.
It's popular within the underground.
I'm like, if you are gonna leave, which is a dumb move in my mind, if you're gonna leave, do the Japan circuit, do the indies like the ROH, do the deal with that. Don't. Sounds like I'm a dick when I'm about to say this. Don't just lower yourself to go into Lucha Underground.
There's no dick in that at all.
That's what she said.
She's a whore. Don't lower yourself to going somewhere that is under you. That's what she said.
She's still the whore.
Dolph Ziggler should stick with the WWE, but if not, go over to Japan and chill over there for a couple of years, and then come back.
Yes, granted, this is still very much up in the air, and
especially
since speculation.
Come on, you're in a storyline with Lana.
Come on. Yeah. Which is now escalating to adding Summer Rae. Yay!
2 girls are fighting over you.
No. Summer Rae is going with Rusev.
Oh dear.
You know what? This is a good segue.
Get it out.
You know what?
Get it
this
out.
Is a good triple. This is a good
segue.
Three-way triple threat thing.
You
love
said three-way.
Yes, I did. Love triangle.
Climax.
6 degrees of Venus. And who has those? Val Venis. Okay.
I'm so listening to his theme song on my way home.
Speaking of which,
so am I.
It's not quite backstage news, but still a fun little tidbit that happened to me this week. Just recently, as you might know, Mick Foley had his 50th birthday just recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
On one of his websites, it was actually Top Rope Tuesday, I think it was. they actually sold a limited edition Cactus Jack shirt.
Ooh, you got it?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I did. I finally got the one wrestling shirt that has always eluded me. And with it came a little something else that's gathered on my desk here. A certificate of authenticity with Mick Foley's name signature on it.
Yeah.
There you go. Where's the shirt?
Have a nice day.
Since I wore it so fast, it's actually in the wash.
Aww.
Besides, it's
Well,
a
come on,
podcast anyway.
Well,
You get one of those T-shirts, you wear it immediately.
Agreed.
Thank you.
And now, when we go see his comedy show, when he comes back around here, we'll all be wearing the Cactus Jack shirt, minus Brian, because I don't think he has one.
And of course,
I had to throw you under the bus there.
and of course,
You're a dick, man.
and of course, we can't move on without, of course, Mick Foley, who is Mankind, who had a feud with Val Venis.
There you go. 6
6
degrees of Venus. Good God. I'm loving this.
Yeah, that is the title of this podcast.
Oh yeah, thanks.
6 degrees of Venus. What does that have to do with anything? Listen in and find out.
And it's a hook and a game all in one.
It's actually kind of funny. I'm just like, geez, I had 2 potential ideas now for titles of this episode. 6 Degrees of Venus and Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh man, now I'm conflicted.
Oh,
I kind of want that second one now that you said it.
You're welcome.
Oh brother.
Oh boy.
I killed the room.
Okay, I think we need to decompress a little bit. Okay, before we all get the giggles, let's just go. Yeah,
Let's go.
Too
to
late.
it's too late to apologize.
Raw.
All right.
I was trying so hard to not do that. Thank you for doing it.
All right, let's just go into the big angles coming out of Raw. Starting first with the opening and closing segments with the Rollins-Lesnar feud. Fool, I believe you had some thoughts on that?
The only real thing to really say about this is really, this is all it is to show that Brock Lesnar is human. Taking on 4 guys, taking one of them and breaking his ribs in 3 different locations.
They needed to give him oxygen on the stretcher, like for real, dude.
Yeah, it was bad. And
we're not going to be seeing Jamie Noble for a long time.
Oh yeah, he's out.
That's it.
oh jeez, and now it shows that this is not going to be such a a squash match. It's like, oh, Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar. Gee, I wonder how long that one's going to go. Like, how it's funny. People are joking. It's like, how John Cena fought and then hit an F5, got an F5 at SummerSlam, and that's going to happen to Seth Rollins. It's going to just be 1, 2, 3. Now that he has the authority back behind him, it's like, now things will be getting interesting. But really, when I see Kane attacking Brock Lesnar at on Raw, all I was thinking about was like, Kane's not doing it for Seth Rollins. Kane's just doing it to get revenge for the Undertaker.
Kane's doing it for Kane.
Kane is doing it for Taker.
For the people.
He did it
for the people.
He did it for his brother. He's like, dude, you beat my brother's streak. You guys to die.
I did it for The Rock.
I did it for the Taker.
And now
I did it all for the Nookie.
And now you put in Rikishi, who had an awesome steel cage match for the Intercontinental Championship against Val Venis.
6 degrees of Venus.
Okay, back to what we're talking about. Okay, but yeah, it's supposed to show that it's not such a one-sided feud. And you know what? With Brock Lesnar now being the face, it has to show that he's vulnerable.
So, do you have the Authority come out with Seth Rollins at the pay-per-view, and then you have Dean Ambrose
Behind Lesnar?
and possibly, depending on what happens earlier in the night, Roman Reigns show up later in the match and take out the Authority.
I see just
on the outside.
If that's the case, I just see Ambrose coming out. Roman Reigns, because how storylines is going,
Roman Reigns
doesn't care.
Yeah.
But
Ambrose will come in, probably attack Joey Mercury, and then get taken out by Kane, and then Brock Lesnar goes all animal on Kane, and then we'll see what happens between. It's no longer a definite Brock Lesnar win for me. When he first came out, I was like, oh boy, this is when Lesnar comes and takes his title back. Now
you have to fight for it because you're not just facing Seth Rollins, you're facing the Authority.
Yeah, and it was cool to have Kane actually kind of look like a badass.
He really did it
for that little bit of time, because he's pretty much been in the background and been losing a bunch and whatever, not really being able to actually look like a badass, but
not looking like what Kane used to be.
2 choke slams with that face. I was like, ooh,
hi Kane.
Hi Kane, I've missed you. and all it needed was a curb stomp.
But you know that
Vince McMahon's a pussy. Vince McMahon's a pussy and won't allow the curb stomp because it's violent.
Hey, you know what? I still think that, you know what?
Brock Lesnar needs a curb stomp.
Brock Lesnar does not need any more moves. He's terrifying as an offense.
No, I'm saying that to beat Brock Lesnar, you need the curb stomp, not that wanky ass DDT.
He does the pedigree.
Yeah, pedigree's gonna freaking stop.
But I'm just saying, he doesn't do that DDT anymore. It's the pedigree.
Okay, that's gonna keep Brock Lesnar down.
Oh yeah, I'm just simply pointing out. It's like there's no DDT anymore. The only thing that's close to a curb stomp now is that one flying knee to the face that Seth Rollins
and that
does.
was his first finisher.
Yeah,
maybe bring that back. Hit him a couple times with it.
Nostalgia.
Vintage Rollins. Yeah.
Vintage Rollins.
Scholars in time. I had
so
to do
wait. Hold on a second. You just said Vintage Rollins.
I didn't say Vintage
I
Rollins.
did.
You said Vintage Rollins. Normally that's the kind of thing said by Michael Cole, who has been an announcer for WWE long enough to call matches for Val Venis.
Okay, that one was a stretch. That one was a stretch.
Well, hey, we're also getting with new school guys here, so
Kane's choke slammed Val Venis before.
Okay,
there you go.
All right. Speaking of going back to Roman Reigns for a minute and the current feud with Bray Wyatt, I'm honestly digging this.
This is storyline of the pay-per-view as far as I'm concerned right now. This
is the feud to focus on right now.
This is exactly what Roman Reigns needs.
It's actually what
he's
both
not
of them
in
need.
He's not in the title. Yeah, Bray Wyatt needs it because he can be creepy as hell. This is the first time since WrestleMania when he's been allowed to just go all creepazoid.
Creepazoid, I like it.
And you got this. Roman Reigns isn't in the title picture at this point in time. He's just going against Bray Wyatt. So it'll bring more people will be
invested
in what Roman Reigns is doing, which will lead into him being able to have more of a following as he goes into WrestleMania in the title hunt, or SummerSlam, or whenever he's gonna go back into the title hunt. But what they're doing right now, Bray Wyatt having his kid, or going at talking about his kid, saying anything but Reigns, and having the creepy photos and the eyes and the mouth
cut out.
This is creepy Wyatt at his best, and Reigns being all pissed off with himself at his best. And I can't wait.
I'm just you're pretty much putting the nail right on the head. This is such a great storyline for both of them, and it's really. I hope this feud actually goes on for a while. I hope this doesn't just go for one match and then it's over like what they did with Ryback. This one actually has build. It started legit with him being upset that he was denied access into the Money in the Bank, and the fact that he threw in his daughter makes it even more personal. it's getting you invested because it's reaching a personal level. And what I'm loving about it is that Bray Wyatt is being the new face of fear, and this is really helping him claim that title. Because really looking at it, he is in just complete control over Reigns. The best way of putting it, Reigns is succumbing to fear. Bray Wyatt is putting in the fear in it, playing the mind games of someone actually going after his daughter. And that whole segment is him with having the tea party, saying, "I'm a little teapot," and then Roman Reigns succumbing to fear, going after him. That was what Bray Wyatt storyline was once. And he's like, "See, I told you he would come." And you just see the image of the little rocking chair rocking back and forth all by itself. And I'm just like, this is good. I am loving this. And then you pointed out, Roman Reigns goes backstage and finds the room candle lit, the tea set right in the middle, pictures all around the room. Anyone but you. Liar circling around the pictures. And then just seeing the pictures of Roman Reigns' eyes and mouth cut out. My first response, like, wow, this is legit creepy. And this is exactly what Bray Wyatt needs. And this is exactly what Roman Reigns needs. So this is the one real feud that actually has real depth to it.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And really, this is one of those feuds where everyone has something to gain if they extend it past a couple months, at least anywhere from, let's just say, more than one pay-per-view match.
Like, they have a singles match here, and then they have, like, a big-time, like, gimmick match at SummerSlam.
Exactly.
They have, whether it's, I don't even know what they would do for a Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt gimmick match, but
one factor,
when it's this, when you can't just have something building up like this, have a one pay-per-view match. This is like personal. So maybe Bray Wyatt freaks Roman Reigns out enough that Bray Wyatt pulls out a victory at Battleground and then does something really screwed up so that so they do like a Hell in a Cell or something to that end at SummerSlam, where Roman Reigns can overcome the odds.
You know what's a great way to end this feud? Like with the show Roman Reigns conquering the fear. Have his daughter show up. Have him be his encouragement.
That'd be an interesting.
Yeah, like have her right, like have her like sitting right front row at SummerSlam.
Have it be like at SummerSlam, like the first match. Obviously, Bray Wyatt wins in dominant fashion because, like I was saying, he's in complete control over Roman Reigns. He's like, dance, puppet, dance, and because Roman Reigns is succumbing to fear, he's dancing along. He's dancing, and this one, he has to. In the build for SummerSlam, it's just to have Roman Reigns conquering his fear. It's like something similar to Batman beating the Scarecrow, succumbing to his fears. And then at SummerSlam, they're going to have their rematch. You're going to have Roman Reigns confident but have a little doubt. And then you have his daughter. He says you have someone coming to visit you. Have it be his daughter, saying, "I have confidence that you can win. Like, I have confidence you can win, Daddy," and give him a hug, and that fills up the confidence. And then have her be front row. There you go.
That's
and you know what? And then end with Roman Reigns conquering his fear and beating Bray Wyatt, and then have it be that. No third match. Have both of them have one nice secure win, and then the feud ends with him finally conquering his fear. And there you go. Both guys get legit wins, and they move on.
Right. But one thing I really like to highlight here, and this is the most important thing to take away. Roman Reigns.
He's a little teapot.
Short and stout. Roman Reigns was a former tag team champion who lost the belts to the Rhodes brothers, of whom Goldust was married to Terry Runnels, who filmed the porno segment with Val Venis.
There you go!
There is the
there
6
you go.
degrees
That is the
of
6
Venus.
degrees of Val Venis.
Oh, that's a
I seriously, we're gonna have to post this on Twitter.
Darn right. All right. Last big segment. Last big angle, really. John Cena versus Kevin Owens, Part 3. Owens finally accepting the challenge for U.S. title. What's going to happen here?
I don't know what's going to happen, but I was shocked when Cena bought out the Mandarin.
Really, it's just based... It was a great promo between the two. It's just, it didn't do anything for me.
I think what needs to happen here. Okay, Kevin Owens loses the NXT title in Japan. Okay, whether it's a clean win or a dirty win. Okay, I believe that Kevin Owens takes the United States title at Battleground because you've built him up too strong. And if John Cena just beats him, done. Okay? He's right back where he started. Yeah, you got a clean pin over Cena in your first match.
You got a clean pin over Cena. Once.
Yeah. I like...
Once is all you need with John Cena.
Well, get two. Win the title off of him. Make it... Vince McMahon, apparently it came out this week, is so invested in Kevin Owens. Okay? Prove it.
Vince McMahon's invested in Kevin Owens. Hulk Hogan is invested with Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Prove it by giving him the United States title at Battleground. Whatever means necessary. Whether it's a dirty win, foot on the ropes, or whatever, fine. Or another clean victory. I liked that Kevin Owens... The Twitter says he's fat. He's a slob. He's overweight. He doesn't look like a champion. And he goes, I may be overweight. I might not look the greatest. But I beat you clean at the Elimination Chamber. And I left you lying at Money in the Bank. So what does that say about you? So
you know what?
And then they go into the French and John Cena's speaking French and calling him a suckbag in Mandarin.
So that was Mandarin he was speaking.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So John Cena.
John Cena.
John Cena. I'm getting tired. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Apparently
John
can
Cena.
speak French and Mandarin.
John Cena can speak Mandarin. Is that Chinese or Japanese? Chinese? Okay.
Are you trying really to connect the 6 degrees of Venus here?
Yes, I am.
You know who else is Chinese? Kai and Tai. You know what Kai and Tai did?
No, Kai and Tai is Japanese.
Kai is Japanese.
That's what I was going to
Oh
do.
no, I lost!
That's what I was going to do. Kai and Tai is Japanese.
Yeah,
So they had Mrs. Yamaguchi, Choppy or Pee Pee, who was slept with Val Venus.
Indeed.
But that
John
doesn't even
Cena.
work now.
Hold on.
Wait, okay,
Damn,
something.
fail. I feel
John
like shit
Cena's
now.
bodyguard used to be Buchanan. Bull Buchanan was in The Right to Censor, who also had Val Venus.
Okay, there you go.
There we go. We had to redeem on that one, especially for me.
Oh,
Shame
wow.
on me for forgetting
Cena
Kai and Tai
and
was
Buchanan,
Japanese.
baby.
Hey,
That's
I did,
going back.
I did the same thing. I was like, okay, Mandarin, Kai and Tai. But no.
I saw what you were doing.
Oh, brother. Okay, at least someone other than me got one. There's always next time.
We each got one. There we go.
Okay. Any other closing thoughts before we wrap up? About any of the angles,
those
any
three
of the news?
matches are basically the only ones I'm looking forward to at the pay-per-view at
Yes,
this point.
I figured.
Yeah, I agree. It's just, it was a great promo between KO and Cena, but at that point, I'm just like, you know what? You guys are pretty much just doing the same bit.
Yeah, you're angry because he left you lying. You're gloating because you left him lying. Now you want the title. Let's do this.
Hey.
Actually, you know what? Start doing promos about the title now. Really, because what else more can you do about who each other's characters are? Now it's going to reach the point where we're going to be bored.
3-month feuds.
That's why with Roman Reigns and Bray Wyatt, if they ended at SummerSlam, it would be a nice, short feud that actually helped both of them.
Yeah, it's like that's the problem with 3 pay-per-view feuds. You need to have like story for all 3 pay-per-views. This one's a little bit easier because in the end it's only like a month and a half. But
unless you're Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, where you can have a feud for almost a year.
Hey, stranger things have happened, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Just ask Val Venis.
Yeah.
But you know what? Yeah, we could be here all day. We still have, like, what, a month until the pay-per-view? Under a month?
Maybe
about 3 weeks.
Yeah, about 3 weeks.
Okay,
yeah.
3 weeks until the next big pay-per-view Battleground. So you know what? We also want to know what you think. The person listening to this show, we want to know what you think. So, of course, you got something to say, you got a different prediction, you got another way that someone can have 6 degrees of Val Venis, contact us through the usual means. You can contact us through Twitter, our Twitter. Wow, I'm getting tired.
The twatter.
The twatter. Yes, you can contact us on our twatter machines at the usual places. Name should be on screen right now or in the description below. You can also leave a comment on this video. Subscribe if you really like us, or if you just kind of like us. Just, give us a thumbs
to hear
up
what we
on
have
this
to
video.
say.
If you give a crap about us at all.
Of course, if you really want to get some of that sweet Scholars goodness on your Facebook page, you can look us up.
Lovely.
Yes, it is lovely. It is lovely that you.
What a lovely day!
It is lovely that you can go on your Facebook page. You can just type in that search bar and say, hey, type in the Scholars of Wrestling Show, and look, there we are. Like our page,
Yay.
Like us, the way we like you.
Scholars of Wrestling Show, yay!
Getting yourself a sweet taste of the Scholars of Wrestling? Really? Back to the whole analogies on food, huh?
Tastes like a warm apple pie.
That was baked up fresh by Val Venis.
Oh dear
That
God.
one didn't even make any sense.
No, we just have to end it with Val Venis.
Yeah, we don't know that.
Is he
But
going to be on the link, like the picture of the link for this episode?
Of course.
Well, you're gonna. Whoever's listening to this show right now is gonna know for sure. We don't know yet, but you know what we do know? We know that we are the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled.
You're welcome.
Let's watch some Val Venis matches.
Better than being in big trouble in Little China.
Oh!